What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to talk about the cost of miseducation, okay? Or the cost of poor training, or the cost of poor lead generation, okay? So what you're looking at on your screen is this is a interpleader. An interpleader is where money is deposited into the court system to allow a judge to decide who is entitled to the proceeds, okay? This is very common in the surplus funds world, okay, especially with mortgage overages. It can happen with tax overages as well, where there may be a competing claim or there may be multiple claimants entitled to the surplus. And so instead of the county or a law firm, you know, being responsible for getting those funds to the correct claimants, oftentimes what they will do is file an interpleader to wash their hands of the surplus funds and let the court, let a judge decide who's entitled to that money. Okay. Now, this particular case was brought to me not by a student, but by someone who follows me. They needed help. And we decided that we were going to do a joint venture on this, but ended up being that the overage was not worth pursuing. And I'll give you the reasons as to why. Okay. And this is also a big reason, guys, why I don't partner with people outside my program. It seems that every time I do, it comes back to bite me in the form of wasted time, wasted money. But it's important to also show people the mistakes that can occur, okay? If you don't have correct knowledge or if you are not receiving correct knowledge, okay? So the situation here was this property went to foreclosure and I was told that there was over $200,000 deposited with the court system, but in reality, what you see here is there is only $24,000 being held by the court. Then you can see the sale price up there. So there's a big discrepancy. Now, why was there a big discrepancy? Well, this person had actually purchased leads from a company, okay? I won't say the name of the company, but let's just say that the name starts with an X and the end of the company rhymes with the word row, okay? So this company was providing this person leads and provided them misinformation. They provided them a purchase price that was over $200,000 off of what the actual purchase price was, okay? Now, guys, where do you get purchase prices? You get it from either the trustee websites or from the trustee's deed that gets recorded, or there are some softwares that can provide you tracking information of auctions, okay? So here is the cost. Now, I don't know what they were paying per month for these leads. Maybe it was 200 bucks, 300 bucks, maybe it was $500. I don't know exactly. I didn't ask. Okay, but let's just say they were with them for 6 months and it cost them $300 a month. That's $1,800 that was spent on poor information, inaccurate information, okay? So that's one thing that I want to highlight to you guys is if you're purchasing leads, I have no problem with that. I purchase leads, okay? However, I would strongly encourage you to learn how to create your own lead lists so that you know what a good lead is and what a bad lead is. Because if you're just buying leads, how do you know that those leads are quality leads? How do you know that the person that created that list actually knows what the hell they're doing? Does that make sense? So you could be spending money trying to save time, trying to be efficient, right? Which is a good thing to do. But if you are getting bad information, what's the point? Okay. If you don't know how to vet the information, what's the point? Okay. You are better off creating your own lead list. Okay. Or paying somebody to train you or somebody that works for you to create leads and vet leads. So that is just one cost of misinformation, or a cost of a lack of training, is not being able to get quality leads. The second piece is, obviously I was able to find that there is what the exact surplus here is. And the person that brought this case to me, they could have done the exact same thing that I did, but they didn't know how, okay, because they have not received proper training. It took me 5 minutes to do this. Now, it did cost me money to do this. It cost me about $30 to download this report from the frickin' state of California, because they charge you for everything. But $30 is fine to spend to save you a lost case. Okay. Now, not only is this case not great because of the surplus amount, but also because of a couple of other factors, which I'm going to share with you right now. Okay. This, what you're looking at here, is what's called a title report. Okay. Now, you don't have to order title reports to, make sure you're going after good deals. You can check title on yourself, which is something that I teach you how to do. Okay. But this property had multiple mortgages on it. Okay. Or deeds of trust. Okay. There's two types of states. There's deed of trust states, there's mortgage states. I'm not going to go into too much depth there, but what you see here, this number 5, this deed of trust right here for 357, this was the deed of trust that was foreclosed on. This is what created the overage. Okay. Now you scroll down a little bit here, you see there's a second deed of trust from 2007 that has a 36,000, that was originally in the amount of $36,000. Now, here's the issue. We don't know if this was paid off or if this loan is still outstanding. If it is still outstanding and, let's say they owe $10,000 on it, well, great. Now we just cut that overage in half, right? Instead of 21,000, now it's going to be 11,000. Or more likely than not, because this isn't that old, this could still have a balance of maybe, say, 20K. Okay. So this right here would, in my mind, disqualify this deal, because if this deed of trust comes forward, if this bank comes forward and they make a claim, they're more than likely going to wipe out the entire surplus. Okay. Here's another thing. Okay. This is a judgment. Okay. This is a judgment that's against the homeowner in the amount of $5,900. Okay. Now, judgments are hit and miss, guys. Judgments, here's the thing. I've tried to recover for judgment holders and been denied claims because the judgment was not recorded against the actual property. There was not a judgment lien on the property. Okay. This varies state to state. Some states, you have to have an actual lien for your judgment to recover surplus funds. Other states, a judgment is good enough and a lien doesn't have to be recorded. It varies on a state to state basis. Okay. But between these two things, I would not even have pursued this case. Okay. So I wanted to just share that with you guys and just highlight the cost of either a lack of education, poor education, or misinformation. Okay. Those three things can kill deals. It can cause you to lose money. It can cause you to lose time, because you chase deals that may not even be viable deals. Okay. So now I get it, right? Like, I sell a course on how to do overages. Like, yeah, I'd love for you to buy my course. But here's the thing, guys. You're paying a cost whether you buy a course or not. You're either going to pay for information to help you avoid these mistakes, or you're going to pay by going through what's called the school of hard knocks, right? Now, did the person that brought me this deal, did they learn something from this? Absolutely. Invaluable training, okay? They most likely will not make these mistakes again. But here's the thing. They have to go explain to their client why there's not $200,000. they have to explain why there's only $20,000. And that could be an awkward conversation. Okay. So if you don't want to have awkward conversations, if you don't want to get people's hopes up and tell them about money that's not actually there, here are some things that I would recommend that you do. If you're buying leads, vet the leads, or at least learn how to develop your own leads. Okay. Because you might be chasing leads that aren't even good leads. Learn how to check ownership and debt. Okay. Learn where funds are being held and where funds go to. Okay. I'll just tell you right now, funds are held by trustees, funds are held by county courts, funds are held by treasurers, tax collectors, and in some places, state unclaimed property. Okay. Knowing where money is held can really help you, number one, track down the money, but also confirm the amount that's available to claim. Okay. Going back to my recommendations, invest in training, but not just any training. There's lots of trainings out there. Not all of them are good. Okay. Just vet the person that's providing the training and see if they actually have case studies of not only successful students, but deals that they're actually doing today. Okay. Are they actually working the business in today's market? Okay. Ask those questions. And that's it, guys. Like, those are my recommendations. I hope that they're valuable. They help you avoid, running into a situation like this. Okay. Now, you're going to make mistakes regardless of whether you get training or not. Okay. You're going to make mistakes. That is part of the learning process, but hopefully you can mitigate the amount of mistakes that you make by investing in good training, not depending and not relying on outsourcing everything from the get-go. Okay. Before you outsource anything or before you hire somebody to do a task for you, I would strongly, strongly encourage that you do the task yourself. Okay. Whether that's creating leads, whether that's skip tracing, whether that's researching debt, whether that's making calls. Okay. I understand that you don't want to do all these things. You may not have the time to do all these things, but please try to do one deal from A to Z on your own, or partner with somebody who will help you get the deal done so that you can see how the process works. Because if you know how the process works, now you can not only train somebody to do the process for you, but you can vet and make sure that if somebody's doing a task for you, you know if they're doing a good job or not. If you've never done it yourself, how do you know they're doing a good job? And if you don't know if they're doing a good job, why are you paying them to do it? It's called burning money. Okay. So I hope that I've made my points clear and that this helps you think. Okay. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you're going to jump into this business and outsource the majority of tasks. You're not going to do that. Okay. Unless you've actually gone through and done a deal yourself, or you're partnering with someone who's done a deal multiple times and can teach you the process. Okay. All right. All I have for you, a little bit of a rant, but I hope you got the nuggets and the lessons here and you apply them. Okay. I hope this saves you time, saves you money, helps you be more successful. Okay. If you want to partner with me, I'm open to doing that. I partner with people that have gone through my program because I know they have a base level of knowledge and they don't bring me shit, is the bottom line. Okay. They bring me deals that are good deals. Okay. And not deals that the likelihood of recovery is not non-existent or very low, or they've signed up the wrong person. Okay. That doesn't happen when my students bring me deals because they know how to sift through the crap. Okay. All right. That's all I've got for you today. Take these lessons, apply them. Don't shortcut the process. If you're going to shortcut the process, just don't do the business. Like, here's the thing. One final thing before we end this. If you're trying to make money quickly, overages is not a good business to do. Why? Once you finally sign somebody up and you submit a claim, you're going to be waiting at least 90 to 120 days minimum to get a claim pushed through. Probably longer. Okay? This is not a business where you call somebody, get them signed up, and get paid next week. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay? It's going to take you some time, one, to even find somebody to get signed up. Okay? Could be less than 30 days. Probably plan on more like 30 to 60 to actually get a contract signed. And then 90 to 120 days minimum once you submit a claim to actually get a check. That's bare minimum. You're going to wait 3 to 4 months minimum in most cases before you get paid. You understand? If you don't have the means to wait that long, or you are in a situation where you need money today, don't do this business. It's not a good fit for you at this current time. Okay? You need to have a little bit of financial stability in order to succeed in this. Okay? Because here's the other reason. If you're not stable, your desperation is going to come through to these folks. And that's going to really make it difficult for you to get a client signed up. Okay? All right. I hope that helps. If you guys have questions, post them down below. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.